This is the 51st Highland Division's Farewell to Sicily. The piper is ready to march on his way. He won't be around for his vino today. The skies over Messina are heavy and grey, and all the poor soldiers are weary. Farewell, you banks of Sicily, farewell, you valiant shore. There's not one Scot will mourn the loss of you. All the poor soldiers are weary. Then down the stairs and line the waterside, wait your turn, the troop ships o' war. Down the stairs and line the waterside, all the poor soldiers are weary. Farewell, you banks of Sicily, farewell, you valiant shore. There's not one Scot will mourn the loss of you. All the poor soldiers are weary. The drummer is polished, the drummer is smart. He's saying goodbye to his dark-haired sweetheart. He's all dressed up for the photograph that he'll leave with Lola, his dearie. Farewell, you banks of Sicily, farewell, you valiant shore. There's not one Scot will mourn the loss of you. All the poor soldiers are weary. So tune the pipes and sound the tenor drum. Leave your kit this side of the war. Tune the pipes and sound the tenor drum. All the poor soldiers are weary. Farewell, you banks of Sicily, farewell, you valiant shore. There's not one Scot will mourn the loss of you. All the poor soldiers are weary. Farewell, you banks of Sicily, farewell, you valiant shore. There's not one Scot will mourn the loss of you. All the poor soldiers are weary.
Parsley, sage, rosemary and thyme. The whole world knows this arrogant line, as a fella sets impossible tasks, bearing a grudge against the Scarborough lass. But she's telling him he's had his day. Now they're harvesting herbs of Scarborough way. In chorus, in tune with the sea, it goes Davolocks, sea belt, Tangleweed, Davolocks, sea belt, Tangleweed. In salt water close to the shore, she keeps her floating seaweed store, chock full of natural health, a shop with a crop to renew itself, for use in kitchen or farm, at peace with the planet, doing no harm, with a chorus in tune with the sea. Goes Dabalocks, seabelt, Tangleweed, Dabalocks, seabelt, Tangleweed, seaweeds rock to the rhythm of life, roll and fold in time with the tide, empowered by moon and sun, human gardeners to help them along. No impossible tasks, grow with the flow, that's all that they ask. So sing, swing in the swell of the sea, and sing Dabalocks, sing seabelt, sing Tangleweed, Dabalocks, seabelt, Tangleweed. Hear that Scarborough lass singing clear, doing her best to make Scarborough fair. He can keep his parsley and thyme, the sage, the rosemary, she's doing fine, showing the world what she's worth, without any seams or needless work. In Scarborough Harbour, she's singing on the quay. She sings Dabalocks, she sings seabelt, she sings Tangleweed, Dabalocks, seabelt, Tangleweed.
You remember 2020, the year we all stayed home. It didn't start so well. We had almost bloody stoves, and someone coughed in China. Within weeks, the world was aflame. Politicians did nothing, just looking for someone to blame. Do you remember 2020, the year we all stayed home? Hundreds dying in the ground, but still politicians stood round. They said it was a bat. Well, I don't know about that. Do you remember 2020, the year we all stayed home? The shops and bars, they all closed. the kids came home from school. Trump and Johnson bumbled, looking just like fools. Do you remember 2020, the year we all stayed home? 100 then 1,000 died, then 5,000 more. And supermarkets crammed with fools, buying tins and toilet rolls. Do you remember 2020, the year we all stayed home? And when this mess is over, and this bloody virus done, we're gonna go out drinking, making music, poetry and fun. Wednesday will be Utley, down the old Black Horse. And Thursday night the topic, the Merchant's Bar of course. The Grove in Leeds on Friday nights, you'll see it will be alright. Do you remember 2020, the year we all stayed home? And in the meantime stay at home until we're out of this mess. Wear your personal protective equipment and raise a glass to the NHS. Raise a glass to the NHS. Do you remember 2020, the year we all stayed home?
In the ghetto of Warsaw, poor children they wait and knock at the door, and someone seals their fate. While Poland is grieving, her children they cry, silent tears as they say goodbye. Afraid of the typhus, guards let them through. Doctors and nurses and the smugglers too, persuading the mothers, a hard task she had, but a chance to live or it could be very bad. Irina have saved them all, Irina she tried, through interrogation, Irina survived. Zagota were planning, counting the days, to smuggle the children out in various ways, through the sewers of Warsaw, and in suitcases too. Irina helped them in lots of other ways too. Gestapo were waiting as she held her breath. Torture endured, now she's sentenced to death. But she kept her secret like a wish upon a star. Her trials exist, now life in a jar. Irina helped save them all. Irina, she tried through interrogation. Irina survived. Zegota, they freed her, with money they raised. Polish social welfare had to be praised. 2,500, the life she helped save. 400 alone, no doubt that she was brave. For every child saved here on this earth is justification for her birth. No recognition for her story. She did it for love and not for the glory. Irina helped save them all. Irina, she tried through interrogation.
Well, a man, he came from Robin Island. He made peace with a white man who damned him. Broke 200 years of colonial rule. Destroyed apartheid, which was so cruel. For 60 years, we sung about it. 60 years, poets dreamed about it. 60 years, lovers cried about it. 60 years, of freedom gone. 60 years, and not too long. The sound of war has often disturbed this place, and this starting hands, drunken face. Love is eternal quest for glory, and 6 is 9 and 9 is done. For 60 years we sung about it. 60 years poets dreamed about it. 60 years love's cried about it. 60 years of big and gone. 60 years and not too long. There was a time when the walls came tumbling down. We took a car and drove across Berlin town. We took the guards of the corners of the gate and left them to be their new fate. Well, 60 years we'd sung about it. 60 years poets dreamed about it. 60 years love's cried about it. 60 years of being gone. 60 years and never too long. I used to drive miners to work for 30 odd years. It was my life, my aspiration and theirs. So the iron ladies saw the winches turn the clouds, and left our towns and villages tumbling down. For 60 years we sung about it. 60 years poets dreamed about it. 60 years world was cried about it. a time when the music hit knocking on Tommy's door. He didn't care if you were white or black or rich or poor. We took it on board and tried to sing out loud. And it took us so far from the maddening crowd. For 60 years we sung about it. 60 years, poets dreamed about it. 60 years, lovers cried about it. 60 years of dreaming gone. 60 years and now too long alone.
German puppets burnt the Jews. Jewish puppets did not choose. Puppet vultures eat the dead. On puppet corpses they are fed. Puppet wind and puppet waves. Puppet sailors in their graves. Puppet flower, puppet stem. Puppet time dismantles them. Puppet me and puppet you, puppet German, puppet Jew. Puppet president commands, puppet troops to burn the land. Puppet fire, puppet flame, feed on all the puppet names. Puppet lovers in their bliss, turn away from all of this. Puppet leader shakes his head, takes his puppet wife to bed. Puppet night comes down to play, the after act of puppet day.
Well, as I'm learning this business with doing videos, this is my final take on 3 Shetland tunes I'll play for you. This is with a little nod to Burns Night, which was a couple of days ago. The tunes are The Fuller Reel, The Brig, and Gasper's Dream. I hope you enjoy them.
Bethesda was a working town, its roofs of local slate, the sheepdog on the hillside, the shepherd at the gate. But now the boarded shop fronts say the town has had its day, the rows of terraced housing showing signs of slow decay. Bethesda town to Rowan, across the fells so high, Rowan to Bethesda, the Slate Town left to die. The path climbs up behind the town into treeless open land, shattered boulders, tufted grass, the timeless fells expand, hidden valleys open out, the path winds ever on, across the backs of hillsides where the air is wide and strong. Bethesda town to Rowan, across the fells so high, Rowan to Bethesda, the Slate Town left to die. Descending wooded farmland into Rowan's pretty lanes, Range Rovers outside cottages with fancy fake Welsh names, gardens neatly tended, gables whitewashed bright, all owned by weekend Englishmen who arrive each Friday night. Bethesda town to Rowan, across the fells so high, Rowan to Bethesda, the Slate Town left to die. Two villages a walk apart, yet the differences are vast. The Anglicized soft present, the Welshman's gritty past, the shepherd and the quarryman no longer earn their keep, for the English summer visitors need neither slate nor sheep. Bethesda town to Rowan, across the fells so high, Rowan to Bethesda, the Slate Town left to die.